It's a way for a community to share a live event in the digital age. Tonight, our social media panel discusses live tweeting. And joining us is Megan O'Day. Megan, tell me a little bit about what is live tweeting?
Live tweeting is just really simply, it's tweeting while an event is happening. And you can often use it to link a hashtag that will make it easier to find all of the tweets later. Like right now, I'm going to live tweet to the hashtag WDEF live tweet. Hi, I'm live tweeting this awesome conversation.
Thank you very much. Show us a little bit an example of where you've live tweeted in recent weeks or in recent months, if you wouldn't mind.
Recently, I was at this conference for work. It's called Wisdom 2.0, and it was out in San Francisco. And one of the things that I was trying to do is that this Twitter that I'm showing, GladLab, is that's my work. And so trying to build this Twitter account and get new followers and sort of establish what this brand is about, live tweeting was a great way to do that. Able to show that we were going to this conference, learning a lot of good things, getting pulled into other hashtags like the one associated with Wisdom 2.0, happiness, culture, business, things a lot of people click. So not only is it informative to the followers we already have, it's a great way to get new followers.
Tell me an example of how someone sitting at home tonight could get involved, like churches, sports, kids who could get involved, there's families who could get involved with live tweeting.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun ways to do that. Last summer, I noticed that my Instagram, because you can do this on Instagram too, anywhere with hashtags, and on Twitter, there kept being all of these tweets about hashtag Brad and Blair, and this couple who's really well known in Chattanooga were getting married, and everybody who was involved in this huge wedding was posting pictures and funny anecdotes and all with this hashtag so they could all find those memories later.
Sporting events are an example, I suppose, where folks will see Twitter at its most useful. Mm-hmm. For us at Channel 12, we actually used Twitter an awful lot during trials, murder trials, that kind of thing, where we couldn't share pictures, mm-hmm. we couldn't share video, but we could share the information that was happening. Mm-hmm. But a major event that's just happened, of course, is the Sochi Olympics, as we can see here on the iPad. And folks have been live tweeting constantly throughout it, sharing their information, sharing their story.
Yeah.
For you, what other big events could people go on Twitter and they could see live tweeting in action?
Well, like you mentioned with murder trials, another occasion where you might not be able to get video right away or might not be able to take pictures, when there was the politics is another huge application. I went to the city council meetings where it was being discussed whether or not the partner benefits proposal would go through. And for anybody who couldn't be there or who was interested, but maybe not so much that they go to the event. It was a good way to keep up with this is what this councilman said, and this is what Chris Anderson had to say, and it was a really neat way to sort of share that with a larger audience.
Perfect. Megan O'Day, one last thing, any words of advice for folks out there who are going to start live tweeting as soon as we come off air, hopefully?
One thing that I would note is that it's easy to sort of over live tweet and sort of spam your own feed, and that can be frustrating for people following you. You want to share some information that's useful, but always keep in mind what's really relevant. A minute ago I tweeted something about Ninja cameras. Nobody who's following me is going to know you made a joke about Ninja cameras. That was an example of maybe how not to live tweet, because that's really not relevant to anyone other than using the hashtag I set up. So,
Megan O'Day of the Lamppost Group, thank you very much. We'll be back in just a minute.